Alright, moving on to the second replay. Today we're going to be playing on the Alexandria map, well, obviously a desert map with quite a lot of foliage actually. If you notice at the mini-map, it looks like there's quite a lot of trees on the map, but when we zoom up, there isn't really that much. So once again, I am playing as the Averni, one of the Celtic factions, using a lot of these naked warriors and a lot of just swordsmen in general, in conjunction with a little bit of cavalry and a little bit of skirmishers and people with the spearmen. Now, my opponent for this match is again Rome. You know, people like playing Rome in Rome Total War 2. I can't really figure out why. So yeah, this opponent right here has gone with a little bit of a different setup, I've got to say. He is going with his spearmen forward and Syrian archers in the back. His swordsmen, or rather his legionnaires, inside the middle. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I stress that our Averni troops are actually quite weaker than their legionary forces, simply because if we look at our naked warriors, the staple troop that we have, attack value of 35 when compared to the legions, which have on average 68. So they're definitely more numerous. Now, during this battle, my opponents also had quite a lot of cavalry for what they're worth, and he was creeping them up through the sides here. Now, I noticed this bunch right here, so I was determined to ward off any early game cavalry attacks. So yeah, we were kind of doing that. Now, I wanted to make my forces kind of like an upside-down U, really an oblong, rather curved shape, right inside the forests here, where I figured some of the ballistics from the slingers may be repelled, and we'll be able to get a few good flanking maneuvers, really from kind of putting ourselves into like a little bit of a convex formation. So that's kind of how I've been moving my troops forward. How I've assembled our line is that I have a lot of these naked warriors with some veterancy onto the sides, and inside the middle of my line I have Celtic warriors, which is a tier 1 of the naked warriors, which is the tier 2 of the melee tree for these guys. So we have a weak center line, but their main purpose is only to allow flanking. So we're really seeing how this works. Now, I've deployed one group of cavalry over here and one group of cavalry on the right. What I'm doing here is that I want to pick off his slingers. His slingers are far away from his main column, and I know I have a good chance in beating these guys, but 3 to 2 units, I'm not going to win with our slingers just by ourselves, and I do believe the Romans are stronger just in general. So what I've done here is that I'm charging up my cavalry, and I'm moving up my spear warriors to the side in which I know the enemy does have cavalry, so I'm trying to get them up there. We're actually, from the looks of it, he has pulled his cavalry out of this area. So yeah, his cavalry has actually moved over here. Now, during this time, I thought he had 2 groups of cavalry, one on this side and one on this side. So I was kind of surprised at these Soshi equites coming up, but what I'm doing here is that my troops, my heavy horsemen, have a charge ability, which I'm able to use to give them a little bit more speed. I already have committed my spear warriors here, so what I'm really trying to do is that I'm trying to move my heavy horsemen into this direction, into my horses and into my spear warriors, and well, only a few of my heavy horsemen were really caught over here, but they were eventually caught in the end. And what I do is that I switch my spear warriors. They're going to take a little bit of fire from the slingers, but not too much that I'm willing to really commit to them. So I'm trying to get our troops to brawl with the cavalry. And in addition, with my center troops, I've sent my Celtic warriors in. They don't seem to be doing too badly, so we were able to really keep their cavalry at bay. Now, I stress that these replays aren't truly replays, in a sense that they're recreations of the battle between 2 AI opponents. So this battle was fairly close in the end. I did lose, just a little bit of a spoiler, but we might see a different ending over here with the different cavalry units. But as you saw there, we didn't really take too many losses. In fact, we took 8 losses inside this column right here. So while this brawl is going on, we have effectively destroyed his cavalry reserve. but he still has those slingers, and those are a bit of a trouble, seeing as how our naked warriors have such low armor. So at this point, I'm really trying to pull my troops back, reform our formations, because formations are key. It's a key portion of the Roman army too, so I'm really trying to hold up. I don't have those ballistae anymore, so I'm, you know, I really need to commit my troops to a melee to win this fight, but I also need to do that in a very smart manner. So right now, I'm waiting for him to make the first play as he's trying to assemble his legionnaires right now, which is the right move. So yeah, a little bit of a skirmish phase here. We didn't actually lose all too many units during the early portion of the battle here. We only lost about, I would say, 100 units at most. So very, very little on losses, but we still have this period of just kind of waiting around. See that we're exchanging some slinger rounds, not too much though. We did manage to actually gun down this little group of auxiliaries though, so that was kind of cool. And here is the moment in which the auxiliaries were committed, or these legions were committed. You know, I think I'll play my next few battles as the Romans or some equal faction, because these guys are really rather strong. Yeah, so here, a little bit of a counter charge. All I want to do... Oh, little javelin exchange here, but all I really want to do is I want to tie down these units, because as you see here, on his flank, on his left flank, he's left this area completely open, apart from the Syrian archers. So from here, I can really flank him, get behind those legions, and really butcher him like that. And likewise, on the opposite flank, I'm trying to do something similar. He has Triarii over here, Triarii that are engaged from the flank too. So, you know, really seeing how that is going. But in the center here, our troops are just getting slaughtered simply because they're just not a match for the Roman troops. I actually had to get my general over here. These are the general spearmen nobles, which I had to commit to the fight just to keep our line intact. So during this time, I mean, I'm trying to flank the enemy troops over there, and I'm trying to flank them. They're getting their archers to try to pin down some of our men. But so long as we can tie down the troops on the center line, enough for the flanking maneuvers to take place, I'd be a happy man if we can tie them down for long enough. Yeah, but unfortunately, our main line was collapsing over here. So what I did was that I pulled back the heavy horsemen to kind of commit to a charge wherever our line was breaking. So I did that right here, hitting them pretty hard, but I don't feel like it was enough to truly change the situation. But on the side, we were slowly but surely breaking the enemy Triarii. Yeah, so again, right here, a little bit of a charge, just not enough to truly break the legions. But we did get a charge into the rear of the legionary forces here. And another little group actually managed to come over here, but just not enough to really break these guys. So that was rather unfortunate, and the battle ultimately ended in our defeat, simply because those legionnaires are really great troops. Our troops just couldn't keep those formations, couldn't pin down the enemy for a long enough period of time.